Okay, so I just wanted to pop on really quick and show, today I'm out here and I'm planting garlic. So I already have about 28 pieces of garlic planted and I had some left over. So I'm going to go ahead and get those in the ground today and I'm going to share with you how I do that. Okay, so this is garlic that I grew this season and I saved so that I can replant some more. And I kept the stem on the garlic and also I kept the roots on the garlic, but I had it sitting out to dry and kind of cure. If you buy these as seed garlic, it probably won't have the stem and it probably won't have this stuff either. But if you do have this on, you can just start by breaking this stem part off. And then you can break off the old roots or leave them. They normally break off when you tear it apart. But so here's the garlic and you can kind of just push to break it apart just like you would garlic you had in your house. So I'm just pushing to break these cloves apart. And these are kind of small. They, like the rest of my garden, they didn't really get a lot of light. So here's the paper. This bit is trash. And you're just going to separate, any of the extra bits of paper that you don't need. You can separate those out. And then you're just left with your garlic pieces. And so that one small clove gave me, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 garlic cloves that I'll be able to turn into full-size garlic for next year. So I'm going to plant these seeds about November now. The rest of the garlic I planted about a month and a half ago. We've still got really, really warm weather, and you can plant these when it's a little bit more chilly out. You do usually want to do it before your first frost, but if you get one frost and then it kind of warms up for a while, you should be okay as well. So I'm going to go ahead and space these out. I do keep mine kind of close together, but let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so here's the garlic along this edge of the side of the bed. So this is on the internal part of my raised bed garden right here. And as you can see, the plants, there's not a lot of space in between here. So that's why I wanted to put the garlic on the side, because the garlic's not going to fall over into the middle of the beds. And this will allow me to keep my walkway. And this is about, I think it's like 30 inches across. Probably could have been a little bit wider, but this is in my front yard, and not that I really care about that, but I don't have that much sun because of all of the trees. So anyway, I probably have these a little bit closer spaced than what you normally would, but I have so much garlic that if all of these don't make it, or if they all aren't very large, then I should be okay. I should have plenty of garlic to save some for next year and also eat throughout the year. Again, this is what I have planted already. It's been in the ground for almost a month, and it's okay that these green shoots have come up. So these two are rows of hardneck garlic, and back there is the softneck garlic that I grew last year, or this season, in the spring and summer. I harvested in June or July. So I think that ends up being 28 garlic in this particular bed. So I've got all of that softneck, and I have all of this left over. There's still some good bits in there. I may just give these away on Facebook or something like that, because I have so many, but it's hard not to plant them. This is like really one of the first years where I've planted things. Okay, and then in this bag I have the Chesnok red purple stripe. I just have a couple pieces left of that, you can see, and then I have the Polish white hardneck, and I just have 2 bulbs left of that. Oh, I think I had one more, but now it's mixed in. Maybe this one? Not sure. The white varieties all pretty much look the same. So, alright, so now what I'm going to do is just space these alternate the other garlic. And I'm not going to put one right here because I think I am going to take this out and move it. I'm not sure, and I don't want that to be affected, so I'll just put one right here. Now you do have to plant these like 3 inches deep, which I will do. But she has garlic there, so I'll just put one in here. One there. One right here. And so potentially this is the mystery garlic. Maybe the hardneck, may not. And then hardneck, oops, right there. And hardneck right there. And that's probably a little closer than I would like, but that's okay. Alright, so hopefully you can see this pretty well. One of the ways I actually prefer to do this is take all the garlic out and just dig a trench and put the garlic in and then dig it that way. And actually, that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. It's a lot easier instead of digging, whatever, 20 holes. So, get this out. I didn't bring my wide shovel with me, I just have this one. So, super easy. I have this wood bark on the ground and I'm just gonna use that to dig out the trench. There's some roots right here from this broccoli, but that should be fine. Alright, and there's supposed to be, at least for my area, with this particular garlic variety, it's supposed to be about 3 inches deep. I'm going to be adding some leaf mulch and some other things to this soil, so it should be fine. Let me make this a little bit wider so we can get both of our garlic rows in here. And still have some of these grass roots growing. I'll try and pull them out as I see them. Yeah, I don't want to mess up this broccoli. Okay. Now back to spacing out the garlic, and the bottom side with the little, not the point, it's like a flat side, that's the bottom, and then this is the top where it has the point. So if you had the garlic, it would be the roots would have grown out down here and the green grassy looking stuff would have grown out up there. Sometimes when you're trying to space things out evenly, if you don't necessarily care about the actual spacing, you can start in the middle and then half your way down several times to space them out. And that can help. I've also seen some people make these really cool boards that have holes ever so often to space out. Those might be helpful. But today, we're just going to eyeball it, which is honestly how I do most of my gardening because, well, you know, it's just not that complicated and I overthink everything, so don't need to overthink that. I think this is technically too many close together, but whatever. Back to the hardneck. And this broccoli will be coming out long before the garlic is harvested, so it'll have plenty of time to get out of the way of the garlic that needs to grow. Alright, once I've got my long row set up, then I'm just going to come back in with my hand and get the dirt from the edge and bring in the dirt from the piles. And you normally do want to water this in as well. Now we still, on the 10-day forecast, we're still not expecting any rain, any freezing. So we should have some greenscapes probably coming up. If they don't get time to do their greenscapes, that's fine, because it's going to give time for their roots to grow and get established. And then when the winter comes, it'll go dormant. And when it becomes spring again, the garlic will be in the ground and ready to start taking in nutrients and producing the garlic. Alright, so this is November 10th, and I'm going to be planting some more salad greens and lettuces and different things like that. Supposedly lettuce greens and salads and things can take a freeze, just not a hard freeze. And I imagine it'll be quite some time before we get a hard freeze. So even though today is November 9th or something like that, I'm still going to go ahead and plant this just to see what happens. I've been thinking about it for weeks and postponing it for weeks, and really if I would have done this a couple weeks ago, I probably would have had a couple harvests of lettuces at this point. Last time I tried, I didn't really have much success. The things that did grow ended up being mustard greens, which were too spicy and I didn't like them. Looks like those two little lettuces, some sort, are doing okay now. That I don't know why, but I think it was too sunny when I planted them at first, maybe, I don't know. So I'm going to try a different method this time. Last time I did rows, like little trenches, and this time I'm just going to sprinkle the seeds on top and water them in and kind of pat the soil down a little bit. So that's all. I just wanted to add that on to show you what I am planting this late in the season. This is zone 7B, between zone 7B and 7A. So first time trying this, first time really trying to grow salad, and haven't had much success yet either. So we'll see what happens.